Hey guys, me Dave. It's 5/10/2020, so I thought I'd do a little video tonight, Sunday night. I deleted my other video. Sometimes I regret making a video, and there's a couple things I regret on it, so I'll delete them or whatever. They seem kind of harsh sometimes. It's just there's so much BS going on around there that it just, sometimes it gets to you. There's so much misinformation and everything. But anyway, what I do want to talk about something that I talked about on the other video. There's a lot of people out there making videos that are being hit hard. I really feel bad for them. They're getting nailed. You know, um, there's no reason for that. People are really going through torture. And they're begging for help, and nobody will help us. Nobody will help. Um, it really is unreal. You go to the people that are supposed to protect you, and they brush you off like you're crazy, like you're mental. Um, it's really disgusting. There's you go to the government for help. Well, the deep state or whatever you want to call it is doing this to us. you know um who do we who do we go to for help? We contact our senators and and stuff like that, and we contact the president, we contact the FBI, we contact many other people. I mean, we contact everyone. If we're desperate, we contact everyone. And nobody will help us. Nobody will write back to us or anything. The last time I contacted the FBI, the guy shut off the conversation as soon as he could. I told him what was going on. I told him that I have some of the same symptoms of the diplomats and stuff like that, and he said, "Oh, I documented it. Okay, have a nice day." Blah, and hung up on me. So um, they're told, they're tipped off on what to say and stuff. Keep it short and sweet. You know, oh, my nose itches. I'm sorry. Um, so it's they're tipped off. If it, I mean, they're tipped off when we call. They know when we're calling and stuff like that, and they're tipped off. They're reading our thoughts in real time. They know if we're thinking about calling the FBI. They know when we're thinking about writing to the president or writing to a congressman or whatever. They're reading our mind in real time. There's a couple people out there that say they can't read your mind. Bull crap. Bull crap. They can read your mind in real time. You can try to be spontaneous as can be, you know, and you might be able to beat these guys every now and then. I mean, maybe, like I go to the park every day. It's something we do every day. Like today, I was like, I woke up, watched a little TV, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take Tanner to the park. I tried to do it as fast as I could. We got there. There was a perp waiting in the parking lot for us. Who sits in a parking lot and does paperwork or whatever? It was just out of place. No, we go to this spot where nobody goes. Nobody goes there. When they don't call the perps in, it's dead as can be. So you know sometimes they'll have five perps there in five different cars. This is a dead spot. You can tell when they don't have the perps there, it's dead. Sometimes it's dead when we go there, but when they call the perps in, sometimes there's all these different cars and they're validating their technology and all this stuff. you know or they're sitting in the parking lot doing paperwork or something. working on their checking account or whatever these people are doing. You know, they're there for a reason. You know, they're there to watch you or whatever. There's many reasons why the gang stalkers are there for you. If you're in a mind control program and they need to validate and verify that technology, they could be there for that reason. If they're just there to be there to let you know, well, okay, I'm watching you. I'm here to watch you. You know, but I'm pretending that I'm doing paperwork or whatever. You know, it's you can tell when you're sensitized to this stuff. You can tell if they're a perp or not because you're sensitized to it. You know, it's out of place. You know, it's out of place and stuff. So you know, you can tell when these guys are out of place and stuff, and they're there for you. You're sensitized to it. You know, it's stimuli. You know, you're sensitized to their stimuli and stuff. And you know, living in this town my whole life, it's like I know where to go to be alone and take my dog to the park and stuff like that. You know, we go to this place called Wheeler Field. You know, it's baseball fields. You know, nobody takes their dog there. But when we go, you know, there could be 2 or 3 people walking their dogs there, you know, for no reason. You know, it's not a place that people take their dogs. You know, they take them to the dog park and take them to other parks and stuff like that, you know. So it's out of place. You're sensitized to their stimuli, and that's the way it works. You know, they could be there for all kinds of reasons. You know, and you know, sometimes it's verified technology. Sometimes they're there to just harass you and distract you and stuff. You know, like, I mean, there's all kinds of things the gang stalkers do. You know, you go to the dollar store, you know, and there could be a lady talking really loud on her cell phone, talking to somebody right next to you in the aisle where you're picking up toothpaste. You know, you go buy toothpaste, and there'd be this annoying lady talking on the phone, blah 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 blah. You know, really loud and annoying. You know, I mean, you know, she's there for a reason. You know, and then you wait in line, and there could be several perps in front of you. You know, and then you, like I mentioned before, you got the people that use a debit card. Oh my god, my debit card doesn't work. I don't have any money on it. Well, let me try a different one. Oh my god, that doesn't work either. Let me try a different one. Oh my god, you know, it doesn't work either. You know, some of these people look like, you know, scumbags. You know, really. I don't know where they find these people. You know, but they do all these things to, you know, I mean, it's chaos. You know, it's you know, to, you know, make you wait in line extra long or whatever. There could be all kinds of different reasons why they use these gang stalkers, you know. But if you're in a mind control program, you know, they could be there to verify the technology. They could be there to, you know, all kinds of different reasons, and you're sensitized to their stimuli. It doesn't fit into the script. You know what I mean? It just, you know, it doesn't, you know, when it happens more than once, you know, if it happens 5 times in a row, it's like, come on, you know, these people are perps. They're doing the same thing over and over again, you know, where their debit card doesn't work, or they're banging, you know, I mean, everyone's banging around me, you know. I'll go to the store, I'll go to Walmart, I'll go to wherever, and they're banging coolers, they're banging things in the aisle, they're banging, you know, they're banging all kinds of stuff. That's not coincidence, you know. They're perps. They're to bang and harass and verify their technology. You know, sometimes it's verifying their technology, and sometimes it's just harassment because they want you harassed. You know, I was thinking about this today. I kind of got hit hard today a little bit. They were doing a little behaviors and all this stuff. You know, I woke up and I was going to have a good day. I'm like, oh, there's a good show on TV. They're having a marathon on TV and all this stuff. Or one of my favorite shows. And then I got my packages in the mail today for the dogs. Ordered some bones for the dogs, and then I ordered a thermometer for internal thermometer for meat because I'm getting my smoker tomorrow. So I can check the internal temperature and stuff like that. Because I want to start smoking some food. And so I mean, my day started out good, and then they had people around slamming their doors to annoy the hell out of me. It got on my nerves for some reason. And then they took it from there, and they realized that bugged me. So they started to harass me from there. They started to make me a little agitated, a little uneasy. They hit me with a little bit of rage, I guess you could call it. It was only a little bit, just enough to kind of tick me off a little bit. So they were doing all these different frequencies to make me feel uneasy. So I was feeling uneasy, and I was like, I turned into a crabby guy. I was just crabby, and my day kind of went off from there. It started out good, and then they started to hit me and harass me and all this stuff, and they've been doing it all day since about noon, and they're gonna do it until midnight when I try to go to bed. These guys do 12-hour shifts, and they're live. I'm telling you, they're live. The Hive Mind team is live, changing frequencies. I realize it's conscious computer and all that stuff, but these guys have to be doing it live. They're watching you from when you go into the living room and you go into the kitchen. They're changing that frequency. And then you go back into the living room and they're changing that frequency. You go look in the fridge and they're changing that frequency. They gotta be sitting there live doing this. They gotta be, for 12 hours a shift. 24 hours a day, 12 hours a shift. These guys are doing this. And they're watching you. Whether it's through your eyes, or they could possibly be having cameras in your house too. Or maybe it's radar. Maybe they're looking at you through radar. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they're doing it. I know there's several ways they can do it. But like I said before, if I have an empty water bottle on my dresser, they hit that water bottle to startle me. They hit it to get a reaction out of me. How in the heck are they able to do that? They gotta be able to see in your, the whole view in your room, and that water bottle or whatever they want to hit, a piece of plastic or whatever, they gotta be able to see that somehow to get, that water bottle. It's really unreal. I don't think any of us know how they're doing it, but they're able to see us move all throughout the house. They're able to watch us in the shower. They're able to watch us pee. You can't even pee by yourself. They're watching you pee. They're doing all these things. They're voyeurs, watching you do whatever you get dressed. They made comments before. Sometimes it's kind of funny or whatever. Sometimes I'll when I get dressed in the morning, I'll put both legs in my jeans and pull my pants up and button them up and all that stuff. They made comments about that before. Well, you don't put one leg at a time in your jeans. you know. So sometimes I'll sit on the edge of my bed and I'll just put my, I'll put both legs in there and I'll pull my pants up. They made comments about that. They're watching me, everything I do, cooking, cleaning, going to the bathroom, taking a bath, and all this stuff. They're watching you live because whenever you go into each direction of the room, or, when you go into a different room, they're changing frequencies. If you're cooking food, they're changing frequencies. If you're interfering in dampening that signal, then they really hit you. They hit you with a lot of remote neural monitoring. So if you're cooking food, they hit you more. If you're looking at videos on YouTube, they hit you more. If you, whatever, it could be anything that interferes with that neural link and dampens it, they will hit you more with a lot of remote neural monitoring. It's they gotta be able to do it live somehow. And these guys are sitting there 12 hours a shift watching you, watching you live, reading your thoughts live. They can read your thoughts live. These TIs that said they can't read your mind are they're full of crap. They're full of crap. Everyone, Duncan, everyone, says they can read your mind. There's a couple TIs out there. Oh, they can't read your mind. Oh, the one thing they can't do is read your mind. Bull crap. They're looking at your thoughts in real time. They're looking at your thoughts in real time. They know. When you think about going to the grocery store, they know it. If you are thinking about going to the grocery store, and there's a 15-minute time span there, they know it. Boom, you're driving in your car, heading to the grocery store, and it's 15 minutes away. The perps are already on their way, to slam the doors, and they're there to perp you. Sometimes they have pretty girls there. Oh, there's a pretty girl. She's a perp, wearing a tight dress and all that stuff in the grocery store. They have lots of pretty girls in the grocery store. And, and all this stuff to grab your attention. It's like a big production. Scripted production. They have all these people ready to go. I don't know how they get a hold of, if they're sending out a mass text for the perps that day. I don't know how they do that. Oh, he's heading to Super One, the grocery store, and they'll have the perps on their way or already there when you get there, and they'll be there to perp you. Some will already be there, some more will already come. They'll hit their car alarms, so they're beeping nonstop. They'll be in the grocery store, like I said before, they use pretty women, there'll be some pretty women in there to grab your attention. And then they'll use, some scumbags to bang and slam coolers and all this stuff, do all this stuff. They'll be annoying, an annoying perp babbling on her phone super, super, super loud. They do all these tricks to grab your attention and to get reactions out of you. There's all kinds of things these gang stalkers do. I guess this is kind of about gang stalking. Like I get vehicular stalking, and they always have their lights on. I was going downtown one time. I was taking my mother for a ride in my Mini Cooper, and we were going downtown, and there's stalkers that were kind of pulling on a separate road that kind of runs into the same road, and she was going behind me, and she looked like she was panicking. She was going, trying to meet me there at the I don't know what you call it, at the intersection or whatever, and she was trying to get behind me, and then she hurry up, put her lights on and all this stuff, and then she followed us all the way downtown. She was a total perp. So they will do all kinds of things. Like Brian too says, they have you in a floating box. They have you in a floating box. There could be one in front of you, one behind you. There could be two or three behind you. One will turn off, and then you got another one behind you. I mean, they'll do all kinds of different things. Stagger their, route or whatever. One will turn off, and you got another one behind you. But they all have their lights on. It could be a beautiful sunny day, 80 degrees, and they're driving around with their lights on. And some people say, well, a lot of new cars have automatic driving lights on. Some of these are older cars, where you actually have to manually turn the lights on. A lot of them are older cars, and they're kind of crappy cars, So, but they'll be in front of you, they'll be in the back of you, and then there could be two or three more in the back of you. It's choreographed. It's scripted. It's like a movie production. These people are in place and they play their part. They know what you're driving, they know where you're going, and all this stuff in real time. And especially like me, I have several routines that I do every day. I wake up, I always take Tanner to the park. So they're always going to have perps there at the park. It never fails. And then they'll have, sometimes they'll have a lot of perps in their cars. We'll be pulling out of the park, and sometimes there'll be, 3 or 4 cars, going by us in a row just to make us wait there extra long until we can pull out. It's really amazing. But when you have a routine, they have these people set up, beforehand. If they know the route you're going, they'll have pretty girls standing on the side of the road that will grab your attention. We go through what we call the West End. It's kind of a hopping little community where, there's lots of new places to eat and bars and stuff like that. They're kind of building up this little community. Sometimes they'll have, women there wearing tight jeans or yoga pants or whatever, flaunting their stuff. That's what they do. And they do it for reactions because they know, oh, there's a pretty girl. What is she doing in this neighborhood? That's kind of what you're thinking. She's a perp to grab your attention and to get a reaction out of you. So that's what they do. I guess I'll call this gang stalking. What do gang stalkers do? They do all this stuff, and they're trying to get reactions out of us. Trying to get these reactions out of us. It could be repetitive at times, so they can measure your reactions, and stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this off, you guys. I've been babbling for a while. I didn't expect this to go that long. I'm sorry about that, you guys. So I hope you guys doing well. I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day out there, for all the moms out there, and take it easy, and I'll talk to you guys later.